Hello, Algebra. Welcome to the special edition of Algebra 1. Our first subject today will be direct variation. I will be just highlighting a few important things about direct variation and keeping it kind of on the surface, shall we say, and we will dive deeper at a later point. So, direct variation is a special type of linear equation. So you definitely get a line, but it always takes up this form, y equals kx. It doesn't have anything added to the end, like when we have y equals mx plus b, there's nothing here. And then this value here is our constant of variation. So in order to know what k is, you could also solve this the other way. Divide both sides by, sorry about the shadows, divide both sides by x, and we get constant of variation is, in a direct variation, the constant is always the y over the x. So let's just practice looking at them real quick. Tell whether each equation represents a direct variation. If so, identify the constant of variation. In other words, the k. So let's look at the first one. Does that follow the form that it should? It sure does. And it is also very easy. I'm just going to rewrite the equation right there. It's also really easy then to see the k, isn't it? K is 3. Okay, so that's yes. That is definitely a direct variation. Let's look at the next one. Okay, it's hard to tell, again, until we solve for the y. So go ahead and solve for the y. I'm going to subtract 3x from both sides. I'm going to put my 3x term first instead of the 8. So if I didn't have this, it would be. And the k would be negative 3. But that plus 8 makes it a big no. Let's try the next one. Again, you have to solve it for the y to see. So we're going to add 4x, add 4x. Then we're going to divide by 3. What do you think? Does this follow this form? Yes, it certainly does. Constant of variation, so yes, it is. Constant of variation is 4/3. Okay, so that's just simply identifying them. Now it's tell whether the relationship is a direct variation by looking at actual values. Instead of up here, we looked at equations. Here we're looking at values. So you have to see if there's something that fits the bill. So we got to look at our relationship between our x and our y. Notice that the relationship for our k is always the y over the x. I'm going to rewrite that down here so it's right in front of us. K equals y over x. So when we look at our y divided by our x, let's see if there's a pattern. 6 divided by 2, 3. 12 divided by 4, 3. 18 divided by 6, again we got 3. So yes, we definitely have a direct variation. And the generic form is y equals kx. So the question here was, didn't we already figure out what the k was? The k was the y divided by 2, which was the 3. It was the constant variation that it had. There's my answer. All right. Keep that in mind again. K equals y over x. So negative 2 over 1 is negative 2. 0 divided by 3 is 0. Okay, right there, I'm done. That's just done. That's a big no. We don't have to go any further. I guess you could and make sure you didn't make a mistake and go here, but even going to the next one, 4 divided by 7, no. Okay. And the last piece I'm going to say is about the value of something similar to this. It says the value of y varies directly with x. Okay, and that's what we're talking about here. The value of y varies directly with x. Okay. Value of y varies directly with x. Okay. Now let's look at what they give us. Y equals 3 when x equals 9. So that means these go together because this is dependent on that. Okay, then it says find y when this. So these are together. They depend on each other. So we're going to do a proportion. We're going to use this ratio, and we're going to put this in a ratio and put this in a ratio and set them equal. So it's going to be 3 over 9. Does everyone see why I did that? The y was 3, and the 9 was my x. And now I'm going to go over here, and it's y over x still. So the y is what I'm looking for, so that's going to be my just variable. And the x is 21. So we are going to be able to solve. We just cross multiply. So I got 9 times y is 9y equals 3 times 21 is 63. Solve it. And y is 7. Okay, I mean there's a kind of different way you can look at it, but I'm just going to leave it at that. And we are not going to do that one today. So thank you for joining me for this short clip of direct variation.